Everybody I know that's been through a number of these recessions, including myself, has made more money on the downward slope than we did in the up, and the competition is significantly less.
Interest rates are higher. It's harder to move properties. This is why I wanted to bring Jeff Kemmer on, who's been in this industry for over 20 years. He's been through multiple downturns, and he has some advice if you're wholesaling or flipping, how you can adjust to this economic environment. Enjoy this video.
Coach Jeff, start with the punchline. What is the strategy? What is the directive that you are going to have people do? And then we'll kind of reverse engineer the context for why.
Sure. My bottom line is go out and make a lot of money during a recession. This is for investors the best time completely to go out and make any kind of money that you're looking for. There's many opportunities, lots of buyers, lots of sellers, lots of motivation out there, and all you need is a little bit of skill set, the ability to talk to these people, and you can write yourself a big old check.
So in terms of exit strategies, what are we talking about here? Buying cash flow, giving up? What's the actual thing that people should be spending their time doing?
I would focus on what we call transactional engineering type business model. Basically, what you're looking for is seller finance, some form of seller finance, whether it's subject to lease options, pure seller finance, that type of thing. There's a lot of sellers out there who can't afford to make next month's payment, and they're more concerned about next month's $926.12 payment than they are about walking away from $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 of equity. And so it's those types of motivated folks that really need the help that we can provide. And when you do that and you do it right, you can make a lot of that profit yourself. You can get a lot of that equity, for your own account.
So the goal should be to acquire properties. What would you say to the wholesalers out there?
Learn a different way of doing business would be my short version. An all cash business in this recessionary environment is a tough way to go. And the people who are on the bottom of the chain in a recession are wholesalers, because there's less rehabbers out there. There are less, opportunities to, make a markup on something, just because there's a lot of product out there. There's a lot of houses for sale. So this is kind of like shooting fish in a barrel, Dan, from about a foot away, and there's no water in the barrel, and you use a bazooka. There's no way you can't miss. You're gonna get this thing done.
Yeah, and right before this, you mentioned that you're not shying away from rehabs like others are. Can you explain why?
This is also a great time if you are decent at doing rehabs, or at least you know what to do and you have the cash flow. You can do tremendous numbers of deals and very profitable, because those same people that are out there that have $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 equity have $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 equity in some cases. And a lot of those people, they just need cash to get out and move on. And once again, they've got something that needs work, like a house that needs to be rehab, remodeled, those types of things. And you can get those, fairly cheaply. And if you know what you're doing on rehab, there's a lot of rehabbers out there available, a lot of contractors now, lots of money availability. If you've got some experience in doing that, this is a great time to make money.
What about the fear that folks have that they're going to catch the falling knife? They're going to have a house that just completely tanks in value, and they're going to be overwater.
That's a great question. That's an absolutely great question. That's one of the biggest concerns people have. And there's an easy workaround for that. All you've got to do when you calculate your ARV, your after repaired value, is just drop it down by what you think that market will be 6, 8, 10, 12 months from now. And so if you set up your bar to accept that lower price, everything will move. Every house always sells at some price. If you figure out that price in advance, you're not going to have a problem.
Yeah, and I think another big one is, even in the deepest recessions, it doesn't go to zero, right? No. So
there's always an intrinsic value in a home. It is not like stocks that will totally disappear and you'll never get anything again. Houses have some value, if for no other reason as a rental. There's always somebody who would live in a house and pay a certain amount of monthly rent. So at a very, very minimum, Dan, you're going to have that as a fallback position. Once again, though, there's enough buyers out there as well as sellers that if you understand how to creatively finance something, you can always sell it too. So the biggest problem is not that prices are dropping, it's that interest rates are raising. And that is the real driver. That is, if you look at the the law of elasticity, has nothing to do with houses and prices going up or down. It's the interest rate. And so if you can ameliorate the interest rate, make it not part of the equation anymore, you can sell anything you got.
Which is why seller finance sub 2 is even more attractive, because you get to inherit these low interest rates
as a factor in those things. Completely.
Beautiful. So to put it on a bumper sticker, transactional engineering, seller financing, sub 2, start to think about adding these skill sets to your tool belt, and not just wholesaling, because like you said, they're at the bottom of the chain, and there's going to be a lot of wholesalers that are going to be weeded out during these moments as well. Don't be afraid to actually be an investor and actually start to build your net worth in these times. This is the time to do it instead of at the top of the market. I love it. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's there for the taking. Once you've got the skill set and you understand, you dig one layer deeper, it's pretty easy to make money in this environment. Everybody I know that's been through a number of these recessions, including myself, has made more money on the downward slope than we did in the up. And the competition is significantly less, when the market's going down. So it's a matter, we literally get choices on a daily basis. It's a matter of, do we take this house or this house? We get to choose. It's not like it was a year ago or 2 years ago. It's like we'd be lucky to get anything. And if there was a wholesaler out there that had a good deal and we could find them, we could get ourselves a good deal. It's not like that today. Today, it's like that we got more leads than we know what to do with. We literally get more motivated seller leads coming in through our marketing funnels on a daily basis than we can process.
Yeah. Recession is a dirty word, but it basically just means discounts, which is investors' favorite word. So change the positioning in your mind about what's actually happening. Sure, there's going to be hardship and struggle, but this is an opportunity for real estate investors to help.
It is.
And that is the best positioning to have.